Today, I want to talk about how Ozzie's deal to give Blitz an Asmodean crystal will absolutely backfire, not just on Blitz and Stolas, but on Ozzie and his relationship with Fizzarolli as well. My name is Deepcut, welcome back to Cartoon Universe, and real quick, check out this animatic we've been working on called Racer Rabbit.
Well, if it isn't my arch rival, Racer Rabbit. Shady the Bat, you're here for the magic crystal as well?
Careful, Racer! He almost beat you last time!
I guess we'll have no choice but to battle till the very end, our hands all over each other. No homo. There is no homo that I fear. Well then, may the best homo win!
Wait, what did you say? Helluba Boss started as a comedy, but has evolved into something of a romantic drama with a focus on the element of power in a relationship. Whereas Has-Been Hotel deals with the similar theme through Valentino and Angel, that relationship is built on Valentino being entirely toxic. What Helluva Boss explores is how that same power can affect a more well-meaning relationship, and potentially the supposedly powerful person in particular. Stolas is probably the best example of this, but he isn't the only one. Stolas has power, influence, wealth, actual magic, and just a general access to things that others like Blitz do not. He could choose to help Blitz if he wanted to, as proven by him eventually getting Blitz that Asmodean crystal. However, Stolas is not all-powerful, and like most of the powerful elites, he is more so just given certain luxuries that others do not have access to, in exchange for keeping the people above him in the real power. Stolas has power then, but not power against the people who have power over him, namely the other members of the Ars Goetia, and this isn't limited to kings like his father Paimon or Asmodeus. Andreelphus is a marquis, lower in status than Stolas, but Stella invokes him as a threat. The thing about power-based hierarchies like the Ars Goetia is that everyone can find little ways to control each other by simply using what controls you against you. In the case of Stolas, it's his father Paimon that controls him, and Andreelphus is a threat because socially, he can make Stolas' own father turn against him, using Stella to play the victims. Asmodeus and Fizz explore a similar dynamic, but it's not exactly the same as Stolas and Blitz. Asmodeus and Fizz have a very honest love with each other, one that becomes honest with the public eventually as well. The two care for each other, and they know they care for each other, but the real hurdle to their relationship has always been Asmodeus' power. He is not just a king in the Ars Goetia, but the deadly sin of lust itself, ruling over the lust ring. As such, he also has something of a general public image that he is trying to maintain, and while he did eventually become open with the public as discussed before, the tabloids weren't treating him so well when it was kept a secret. As a royal and public figure, Asmodeus faces pressure to be a certain way in order to maintain power, and there are people constantly trying to use that against him. First, we saw Moxie's father Crimson try to kidnap Fizz and hold his relationship over Ozzie. Then we saw Mammon expose their relationship thinking it would hurt them. When this didn't pan out because the audience loved Asmodeus and Fizz together, Mammon swore he'd still get revenge, and the best way to do so for the show would be tying the Asmodeus and Fizz plot to the Blitz and Stolas plot. Mammon is not a Goetia, but instead he is one of the 7 rulers of the 7 rings of hell, the deadly sin of greed. He doesn't need to report Asmodeus to the Goetia, and instead can report on him to the other princes. Asmodeus is said by Crimson to be the weakest sin, which wasn't about his actual power level, but how Asmodeus can be taken advantage of in various ways, and I believe Mammon could turn the other princes against Asmodeus, particularly the Prince Satan. Satan is a figure we know very little about in the show, but who appears to be in the trailer for Season 2. VivziePop had previously tweeted that she was finalizing his and Leviathan's design for an upcoming episode, and a sort of formal meeting of the lower 6 princes could be a way to see them while also advancing Asmodeus' story and showing how he relates to them. Mammon could use this as an opportunity to point out the shady doings of Asmodeus and turn everyone against him, but the one who would be most offended would be Satan, I imagine. When seen as a different figure from Lucifer in our real-life traditions, Satan is portrayed as his active agent on Earth, conquering the world as a military leader or general. This is perhaps alluded to in Helluva Boss, with Millie's family discussing wars that they loved fighting in when not being farmers. The imps appear to train their entire lives for the opportunity to do this sort of work when not farming, with Millie being so exceptional at fighting that she wanted to get into freelancing with Blitz instead. While these wars could take place in Hell, most fans believe they take place on Earth because the imps start speaking fondly of war when discussing how Blitz's name reminds them of it, perhaps a reference to the term Blitzkrieg used used to describe German warfare during World War II. This could indicate that Millie's parents actually had missions to fight in a war up on Earth, likely on behalf of Satan, using his imps to turn the tides in battles towards Hell's liking. Satan thus would have a reason to be angry with Asmodeus for allowing imps easy access to Earth with the Asmodean crystal for such basic wrath-based antics. Stolas had said previously that Asmodeus's people are among the few who can travel with ease to the Earth, many succubus having day jobs that are just about traveling to Earth and seducing humans, it would seem. The easy access makes sense for the succubus, who would benefit from being able to appear at different spots all over the Earth as they choose, exploring new places to spread their vices. For imps, however, any transport to Earth for war-based missions would be a lot more supervised. Higher-ups working for Satan would be organizing entire squads of imps for such missions all in one go, and any stray imp on Earth is probably seen as way more dangerous than a seductive succubus being there. I can imagine Mammon trying to create conflict by revealing that Asmodeus has given one of his jewels to Blitz for his missions, where we can see they still don't wear any actual human disguises, which has led to them being recorded and captured by the Agents of Dorks already. There's no way that this Agent of Dorks and Cherub plotline is over, as we see in the trailer that there is a shot of Blitz interacting with the Agents of Dorks through an Asmodean crystal portal, something he didn't have until the very end of the most recent episode. Last time, they were only able to open a small portal that the cherubs could fit through, but I have to imagine next time they'll get a big portal going and send in these cloaked men from the trailer that the IMP gang seem to be on the run from. However this goes, it's already something terrible for the state of Hell as a whole, which has been working really hard to keep itself a secret from the world of the living, making it easier to control Earth from Hell. Stolas thought the Asmodean crystal would be this amazing idea because it would technically legalize Blitz's business under Asmodeus's jurisdiction, passing itself off as something experimental or tangential to the network of succubus. Mammon could reveal to Satan, however, that Asmodeus did this just as a favor for Stolas, who was doing it for an imp he was sleeping with, and that he let the deciding factor be Fizzarolli, the imp that he had been sleeping with himself. Asmodeus could be revealed to have a history of not aligning with the Seven Princes very well, who, outside of Lucifer, seem to be more evil even when they appear to be nice. Asmodeus and others like Beelzebub can be essentially nice people, but I expect Satan to be more like Mammon. Definitely more wrathful, of course, and taking the job he has adopted more seriously than the others in regards to his interference with Earth. Mammon could manipulate Satan, knowing that the Sin of Wrath himself can't resist starting a fight with Asmodeus if given a good enough reason. Asmodeus being so nice in general and treating his people better than many of the other species in Hell may even be used against him in some way, with him being portrayed as maybe not so demonic and against the overall goals of Hell and its control. And finally, all of this could come back to haunt Stolas and Blitz. We already see in the trailer that there will be some Goetia event involving Andrealphus, who has been promising to get his revenge on Stolas in a way that allows Stella to inherit his fortune. Stolas appears to be pulled into this with some sort of dramatic battle ensuing, with Blitz there as well doing his best to protect them both from something flying towards them. Some people say it's Andrealphus, others say it could even be Satan, or really it could be anyone because a lot of the demons in the show have transformations they pull out for fight scenes like this, and we can't really be sure what's going on. Whatever is going on, it seems like Stolas giving the Asmodean crystal to Blitz will backfire, if not on Asmodeus and Fizz, then on Stolas and Blitz. But what do you guys think? Let me know your theories for how the Asmodean crystal will affect everyone in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.